My work means almost everything to me. If I don't paint or don't teach painting for like a week or two when it's summer and holiday, then I feel like what do you call it, alcoholic that doesn't get alcohol. I feel sick almost, so I just love it. I need to do it almost every day.
You use all this time and all your heart and your soul into one item, and then you can see the physical result of your time. It's just really I think it's good for you to see the physical results.
I think passion is a big part of my work. It's so time consuming and you use a lot of effort to do it, and so if I wouldn't have the passion, I think it would have better to have another job, but it's kind of a lifestyle. I work a lot and I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I have a lot of things I always want to do and develop and get better. So I think it's very important.
Oh, for me it means a lot because first of all there's not so many of us left, and it's a very special craft because there's a lot of details. It's more advanced than people think. A lot of people think it's just put some new fabric around a chair or something, but it's so much more than that. It's very detailed, and it's also very, it has to be very synchronized. Because, you know, it has to look pretty at the end, no matter what.
When you're here and you do this craft, then you produce something, and I think that fills your day with meaning, to produce something or fix something, to be part of that tradition, but to be part of that chain. I think that's important.
It makes me happy. I enjoy working with textiles. I need to create, I need to do something with my hands to see a sort of result of the day. It gives me peace of mind.
Kind of tune into myself and work in my own bubble. Feel like it's kind of meditation when I'm in the flow working with the clay.
Veldig stor betydning med håndverket. Jeg kunne vært pensjonist, men jeg jobber fortsatt, og jeg har jobbet med det siden 1980.
When is he thinking about retirement?
Når det du tenker å pensjonere deg?
Når ørene svikter. Man hører ikke bedre, men du bruker ørene på en litt annen måte. Og man har kanskje en liten fordel som, i og med at vi ikke, noen som ikke ser så godt, bruker ørene litt ekstra. Altså, det var det jeg sa, men vi hører ikke bedre, men vi bruker kanskje mer observante på lyder.
I think what makes my work unique is maybe the cold working I do afterwards on the surface. First I blow a shape, and then when the glass is cold you can make tracks or cuts in the glass. So I covered the whole surface with cuts, so it's like playing with the shininess of the glass or the matte, so it's becomes more an artwork.
I need some skin tones and some shadow tones. They say it takes 10 years to be good at this technique, the classical figurative technique. And when you have the craft, you can do whatever you want with it. You know, you can develop your own style of painting. I've started the last 2 years to paint more and more with a palette knife. I paint thicker, more colors, and I like to paint people in movement and try to catch the strength of the movement and the strength of the body in movement. So I think that maybe is the unique style I have tried to develop. And I think I'm getting there now.
The unique thing is I use old textiles that people give me. For instance, all my mother's tablecloths that I kept when she passed away. So when I take them up from my drawer and I start working, they still smell of my mother. And I can make little lanterns of it, and it will have a much longer life. And it's meaningful, it has a story, and also keep the handicrafts that someone made to make them stay longer in the world.
Passion plays everything. I think that if you don't have a passion in it, you shouldn't do it, because you shouldn't like limit yourself.
Especially furniture with sentimental value. I have a big passion for that. It's very important, not only for those people, but also we have a cultural inheritance to take care of in this country, and that is a lot of furniture standing around in barns and homes and houses that I feel we are obligated to take care of. It's furniture that is maybe 80, 100, 200 years old, and it would be a shame to throw them on the fire instead of fixing them and using them.
That's what motivates you and gives meaning to what you do. Because if you don't like your work, then it's hard to motivate yourself to do it. But when you have passion for it, it comes naturally.
Det å ta vare på gamle instrumenter som 70, 80, 90, 100 år gamle, og bygge de opp igjen. Og ingen instrumenter like, for de har hver sin, de har en sjel, på en måte. Så forskjellige klang fra det her til neste instrument, så har det litt forskjellige klanger. Og klangbunnen, som av gran, oppfører seg litt forskjellig fra instrument til instrument, for det håndverk.
The brain fills out a lot of information that's not right. So when I use the mirror, I can see things for what they are and not what the brain thinks it is. So I can see what I'm doing wrong. I can see if angles are wrong or the shapes are wrong. If I'm stuck, I ask the mirror. My inspiration was that I always loved to draw and paint, especially when I was a child. But I didn't get to explore this too much at a young age because I didn't find a school. So the inspiration is just the love of drawing and painting. I always wanted to do it. And an opportunity just came, so I just jumped on it. And I never regretted it for a second.
It's the possibility to express myself in the material glass. It's really moving material, and it's hard, and it's vulnerable, and it's so many, and it's transparent. It's so many things in the work.
The first chair I did is that I saw this old wreck of a chair becoming a beautiful piece of furniture.
And you found the chair like in a second-hand shop, or was it from your parents?
It was from my landlord, actually. Yeah, I lived in a camping site. I rented a cabin, and he asked me if I could do the chair for them, and I said yes. And I remember the color even today. So that made me decide that this is something I want to do.
What motivates you?
Litt I samme bane, hva det som motiverer deg?
Det blir jo noe av det samme, men også å videreføre til vise ungdommen vise de unge at vi må ta vare på akustiske instrument, så ikke bare elpianoer og sånne ting, men at det her levende ting som vi må ta videre.
It's the love of the craft and the love of just painting. I could never stop, even when the money is low sometimes, but I could never stop doing it. So I've never been thinking about going back to nursing, for instance. That I would keep going as long as I can.
Of course, being a ceramist and an artist is quite like financial challenging. I think one of the things that drives me is that I love doing it. I love working with my hands, and I do have. I'm quite often sick, and the way I'm kind of energizing or like loading is to be creative. It's the one thing that gives me the most energy is being creative. So I just have to do it to be okay and feel good about life.
I think I contribute by teaching others to paint and to try to give them the love of painting as I have. And I think a lot of people that goes here to paint are happier for it, to be able to learn to paint.
I hope it makes people think before they throw away their stuff, and maybe that they don't buy everything because it's the latest fashion in interior or anything else, that they just keep their things for a longer period of time, and or maybe redesign them.
It's this use and throw away society that we live in. I don't say that we should only reuse our furniture, but we should have a bigger perspective in, do we need a new chair or can we fix the one we have? So this mentality of throwing away things and buying new things, I think it's important that we do something about now.
That to be surrounded by beautiful objects or sculptures, I think it's more important than we think. That you maybe can take a break or see what you want to see or dream away in some pieces. Bring some beauty to the world. And that it's handcrafted, I think it's a good, it's an extra dimension to things. Yeah.
Now, I know I sound really old when I say this, but if I were to start again doing this, I would go to the source and I would go to Asia, like Japan perhaps, and be an apprentice with a Japanese artists doing it the really old way with the firing. Not so many people does that here, so go to the source.
To learn this craft, you need some patience. It takes time, but I think the love of it makes you want to keep going. And it takes some years to learn it to be good. But I think that's with all crafts. It's practice, practice, practice. You have to do it again and again and again. And you'll be good.
The most important steps in becoming a potter or a ceramist or an artist is that you have to experience it yourself to understand the materials. It's not the same to just read from a page. I think you just have to experience it yourself to understand the material.
If you want to do something or want to make a difference, just go with your dreams, no matter what. I think craftsmanship and tradition craftsmanship is becoming more popular, and it should be, because it's a beautiful line of work. If you don't take care of it, it will vanish, and we don't want that.
I have repaired all the hammers. Å ta vare på gamle instrumenter og håndverket og det akustiske piano, akustiske instrument. De må være glad i håndverket, eller uansett hva slags håndverk, så må de være glad i å jobbe med hendene. Og ta vare på håndverket, det er vel nok det første, tror jeg. Ta vare på.
I believe people today need to focus more on doing things with their hands, and then you can let your thoughts set them free, kind of, and just focus on things. And I think that's a necessary thing in our society to do. And I know it's possible, but I know it's also hard to live from being a craftsman. But it's possible, and in Fabrikken here, you can see that many people does, so it's definitely possible.
I don't know what I want to tell them. They should try.
Yeah, just do it.